Alright, let's dive into something that's been making waves lately. And no, it's not another political debate or economic crisis. It's a story that sounds like it's straight out of a spy thriller. Donald Trump reportedly hiding in a catering cart to board a secret flight in Turkey amid an Iranian assassination threat. Yes, you heard that right. A catering cart. Let's break this down, because personally, I think this story is a goldmine of intrigue, misdirection, and some seriously bold decision-making. First off, what makes this really interesting is the level of secrecy involved. We are talking about the President of the United States, one of the most protected individuals on the planet, being smuggled onto a plane in a way that feels more like a heist movie than real life. According to reports from the Washington Post and the New York Times, Trump was in Ankara for a NATO summit when a credible threat from Iran prompted this elaborate deception operation. Here's the kicker. While everyone thought he was boarding the older Air Force One in full view of cameras, he was actually being whisked away to a smaller plane via a catering truck. I mean, who even thinks of that? It's like something out of a Mission Impossible film, but with real-world stakes. In my opinion, this raises a deeper question about the lengths governments go to protect their leaders. We've seen decoy operations before, like when Bill Clinton used an unmarked jet to fly into Pakistan in 2000, but this feels different. The use of a catering cart? That's next-level ingenuity. Or desperation, depending on how you look at it. What many people don't realize is that these kinds of operations aren't just about physical safety, they're also about maintaining the illusion of control. If the public, or worse, adversaries, knew the president was under such a direct threat, it could create panic or embolden enemies. So, from my perspective, this wasn't just a security measure, it was a strategic move to keep up appearances. Now, let's talk about the logistics. Trump reportedly boarded the smaller Air Force C-32A, while the older Air Force One acted as a decoy. Journalists and even some White House staff were kept in the dark, with reporters being told to keep their window shades closed during the flight. When asked why, Trump reportedly said, "You're probably on a dangerous flight. But if I go, you go." Right. That's a chilling statement if you think about it. It's a reminder of the risks these leaders face, and the calculated risks they take to protect themselves. One thing that immediately stands out is how smoothly this operation seems to have gone. Coordinating something like this, involving multiple planes, decoys, and strict secrecy, is no small feat. It speaks to the level of planning and discipline within the security apparatus. But here's where it gets even more fascinating: the broader context. This all happened during a time of escalating tensions with Iran, which shares a border with Turkey. Trump had also just received a new Boeing 747-8 gifted by Qatar, which was making its first international trip. The fact that he chose to use the older Air Force One for old time's sake feels almost like a red herring. Was it a deliberate move to throw people off the scent? Or just a coincidence? Personally, I think it's the former. If you take a step back and think about it, this entire operation was about misdirection, making everyone believe one thing while something entirely different was happening behind the scenes. What this really suggests is that international diplomacy and security are far more complex than we often realize. It's not just about handshakes and treaties. It's about constant vigilance, calculated risks, and sometimes, creative solutions. A detail I find fascinating is how Trump managed to maintain his public image throughout this. He disembarked from the older Air Force One in Britain, gave the press a peace sign, and even spent time greeting service members before heading to the new plane. It's a masterclass in keeping up appearances, even in the face of danger. So, what's the takeaway here? For me, it's this: the world of international politics is a high-stakes game of chess, where every move is calculated, and every decision has consequences. This story isn't just about a president hiding in a catering cart. It's about the lengths we go to protect power, maintain order, and keep the public in the dark, sometimes for their own good. It's a reminder that what we see on the surface is often just the tip of the iceberg. And honestly, that's what makes this story so compelling. It's not just the drama, it's the layers of strategy, secrecy, and human ingenuity that lie beneath. What do you think? Is this a brilliant security measure, or a sign of deeper vulnerabilities? Let me know in the comments below.